thanks for watching Your Plates or Mine, the cooking show for anybody who loves great food. Because you don't have to be a professional chef to be a star in your own kitchen. I'm your host, David Miller, and we bring you recipes from folks just like you and I. Practically everyone has one thing, one recipe they make that's really special. It could be something complex, or it could be something simple, but you can bet it's going to be something that you're going to want to add to your collection of best recipes. So what do you say? Let's get started and make a recipe that's going to make you a star in your own kitchen. Today, you're in for a special treat. We're going to go down and cook one of my favorite smoky, spicy barbecued ribs. Now, most people think of Texas, they think of Memphis, they think of St. Louis when they're going to do barbecue. You can cook fantastic barbecue anywhere if you just know how. My best friend Paul Holshoe is going to teach us how to make smoky, spicy, Memphis-style barbecued ribs. They're the best ribs you've ever tasted. So what do you say? Let's hit the road and get started. Right, I made it. I just got here in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. I'm at my buddy Paul's house. He's going to teach us how to make the world's best Memphis-style barbecue ribs. I can't wait, so let's get started. Great friends and great food go together. I'm here with my great friend Paul Holshoe to teach you how to make the best barbecued ribs I've ever had. Paul, tell me a little bit about your barbecue rib recipe.
Dave, these are like a Memphis style rib. They've got a dry rub on them, as opposed to doing more like a wet rub. The dry rub has got brown sugar, paprika. One of the things I add to it that's kind of different is smoked paprika. And when you throw that on there, the brown sugar kind of helps it make a nice crust on the outside. Paprika gives it some color. Got a few other things in there. We'll go over that a little bit.
Excellent, excellent. Well, tell us a little bit about how this came about.
You know, if you remember, about 5-6 years ago, you came through, and just you and the rest of the guys came through, and I just cooked meat. Meat.
Genghis Khan Fest.
Genghis Khan Fest 1. Well, you know, a couple wives later, health condition, we've kind of toned that down a little bit.
Our wives won't let us eat just meat for meals anymore.
No, vegetables now.
It's vegetables.
So I've kind of toned it down. We've gone from the monster slab down to more of a baby back, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay, Dave, the dominant ingredient in this rub is paprika. Got a 1/4 cup of paprika right here, going in. The next thing we like to do is smoked paprika, something else I've added. We got 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika.
That adds a nice touch to it.
Okay, 2 tablespoons of salt. That goes in there, and then brown sugar. Got 2 tablespoons of tightly packed brown sugar. We're going to break that up a little bit later with a fork.
Okay.
All right, celery salt. I think we got about 1½ teaspoons. Celery salt going in. Cayenne pepper.
Ooh,
just a half. Pepper. Yes, little half of the heat there. Half teaspoon of cayenne pepper.
Now, if you like them really spicy, you can jack it up a little and put a little more cayenne in. If you like them really mellow, you can back it off a little bit. This is a good level. This is one of the things that over the years we've experimented with, added more, taken it away, and we think this is a really good, just gives it a little spiciness, but it's not too hot.
That's right, and that's really how this recipe came about, by just kind of adding a little bit more, taking a little away from other things. The next thing we got is 1½ teaspoons of garlic powder.
Somebody good.
Okay, got some dry mustard there, 1½ teaspoons of that. And the last ingredient you got here is cumin. Only got a ½ teaspoon of cumin. This is one of the ones where I just kind of backed off on. Cumin's great, but too much is not too great. Alright, and I need some black pepper.
Finally, my favorite. If you've seen any of the other shows, you might wonder where I came up with the idea of using the wife's coffee grinder to make the black pepper spices. Fresh ground black pepper tastes so much better than the stuff that's been in the jar that you bought at the store that's been previously ground. You have no idea how old that is. Spices lose their potency as they get older. So take some fresh black peppercorns, put it in the spice grinder, make sure the wife's not home. Grind them up. Let's take a look. Oh, needs a little bit more. Needs a new spice grinder.
There goes up.
This one might need to be retired.
Yes. It's ground mania spice.
Okay. And then we just go ahead and add that right in there. There we go. Now we break it and mix it up.
Be sure you want to break up that brown sugar with a fork. Work that in there real good.
Get it mixed all the way through.
Alright, still got some brown sugar here breaking up. See that paprika, it really kind of gives that red color. That's that dominant in there. We're just going to give those ribs a nice color at the end.
Okay, Paul, tell us about how to choose a good rack of ribs.
Dave, these are baby back ribs. Baby backs tend to be a little bit shorter than the spare ribs. What you're looking for is a good bit of fat on them. You don't want to be overly fatty. You want to trim off big chunks of fat, but you want a nice little vein of fat through there. The fat, as you slow cook them, will render, pour off, but it keeps the meat juicy and tender. The other neat thing about these baby backs, they're kind of meaty, and they cook a little bit quicker. You don't have to spend all day cooking them slow. It leaves a little more room for getting it done without having to spend so much time worrying about the heat going up and down, up and down. On the back side of these is a membrane. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but you really want to remove that membrane so that as you're cutting these and eating them, you're not tearing through a big old papery membrane on your ribs.
And the membrane also will help prevent the spices and the smoke from soaking into the meat, so that's another reason why you take that off.
The best thing I found to do is use a paper towel and you just grab it. I think some people use pliers, but I like using paper towel. It's handy, and you just peel that back. And see, as you peel it back, the meat's revealed, and you just rip that thing all the way off.
There's a reason why it's called rub. You actually use your hands and rub the spices into the meat. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'll do the dumping and you do the rubbing.
All right, sounds good.
I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on there.
There you go. Good.
A little more? A little thicker?
Hit me on the back side.
Hit you on the back side.
There you go.
A little thicker.
There you go. Good.
Don't be shy.
Some of this will actually kind of, when we mop them towards the end, some of this will actually come off. So if you get a little heavy, you're not gonna see it.
How's that look?
That's great.
Is that good?
And we're also going to reserve a little bit of this to sprinkle in the end. We're going to put back on as an extra little seasoning when we pull the ribs off. So don't go all out there.
This smells good. These are going to be good.
Yeah, you can go a little lighter on the back side. There you go. Good.
All right, almost done. Just make sure you wash your hands before you do this. A little bit.
Well, I usually wrap them up. Foil. I let them sit on the counter for about an hour. Want them at room temperature. If you want, if you got a lot of stuff going on, or you got a lot of ribs you're doing, or if you want to do it the day in advance, rub them down, wrap them up, stick them in the fridge. You just want to be sure that you take them out and let them come to room temperature before you put them on the grill.
Right. That will make your results. If they're cold when you put them on the grill, they tend to cook too much on the outside and not cook on the inside. So bringing them to room temperature is critical.
That's it.
All right, we're ready to go. We're going to go out and get our grill prepped now. So we'll take you on outside and show you how to do that.